What about the front of your home? Let's join Sharon, Grech, and Danielle Bryk. What a great way to welcome everyone. I mean, people driving by, people coming to your home by decorating the exterior of your home. So, two different ways of doing it, both absolutely gorgeous. Right. Why don't we start with this style?
Sure. Well, Danielle and I had a lot of fun putting together the styles and the door colors and everything else. And I went for more of an urban farmhouse look. Yes. But we were definitely thinking that people with smaller homes, whether you're in a semi-detached or even a condo, there's different ways that you can still incorporate a lot of greenery when you don't have a yard. Yeah. So to go with that farmhouse look, I went with night train on my door, which don't be painting in the snow, but so a nice sort of blue, gray, green, and then a creamy color, natural cream for the brick, which gives it that urban look on
it's so classic. That whole I love it. Yeah.
And then I stole Danielle's exterior light from her house to go again with that farmhouse look and mixing the metals just like we do with interiors as well. So the brass is becoming so popular and trendy again, but mixing it with that weathered black. But then, of course, the greenery is what's really important. And I really wanted to go with something scented and a little bit more casual. So with a lot of eucalyptus leaves and the potted eucalyptus and, of course, the juniper berry. So again, this will be great outside. But as we mentioned, you can then, during the springtime and the summer, once you've built this project, you can just change it seasonally.
That's right, because you know, when my kids were younger and we used to do seasonal arts and crafts, I felt a lot more excited and connected about the seasons and about weather.
Yes.
And now, like, my urn, my greenery is like the only thing. So it's kind of like fun to mark the seasons. Yes. So as Sharon said, we developed a planter that anyone could use, because you don't always have like a huge porch to put one of those urns.
That's right.
So these were so much fun. And then this one is just a much more modern sort of take on it. And in an urban setting, I love to sort of really tighten the color scheme, because sometimes there's a lot of different architectural styles going on. It can be a lot of visual chaos. So I feel like tightening that really kind of cleans things up. So I went with, tell me what I went with again. Black Panther. On Black Panther.
Yes, on Black Panther.
Black on black on black. And I actually feel like black is the perfect backdrop for nature, because then it just pops right off.
It really does.
So that's nice. I mean, I love the contrast as well between the really light wood and the Black Panther in the paint.
Yes.
So I was going to ask you, where can we buy these window box? But you made them.
We made
them, and we're going to show you how. But just quickly, actually, what you were talking about, Tracy, with the lighter woods and that contrast, it's kind of that modern Scandinavian feeling, and we've really played that up with the hardware choices as well, which is incredible, because that's from Casson Hardware. They have all sorts of modern pieces that you can't find it. Absolutely, absolutely.
Let's talk about how you make a project like that, because I think that's lovely for people who are living in a smaller space. You can't get the big urns in.
Right.
Maybe it's just a balcony. Maybe you just want to add a little bit of greenery somewhere.
Yeah.
So
we were even thinking in an apartment building. You know, you might have the opportunity inside, outside in your hallway to put something like this out there that you can change and water.
Because you could actually put this on the ground. It doesn't have to be mounted on the wall, but we decided to mount it. So Sharon and I had fun just kind of
there's so many different things you can do. And we thought pine is really inexpensive, easy to work with. It's a soft wood. You could definitely use cedar if it ties in more with your scheme. But you can paint it or you can stain it. And because we were going with two different themes, Danielle decided to use a semi-transparent stain for hers. So it's a Chestertown buff. So it's a sort of golden color, but it really it feels like a neutral wood. And then you could also prime it, paint it, or use an exterior stain, like a solid stain, which is what I did for mine. So you can use different colors of stain. But we didn't do any of the finishing until it was built. Just, you know, it's just a lot easier than laying the big planks out somewhere in your home. And you can do this inside in the wintertime.
Which you
do the staining and painting. Absolutely. And then once it'll cure once it's outside. So
exactly.
Nice.
So we've actually used 1x6 pine here. And we kind of just played around with the scale, decided on the... Sharon and I like to eyeball things, don't we? We both decided we're very loosey-goosey that way. So we decided on the depth, which is perfect for putting the foam in there, so that you can stick your greens in there. So then you just, you'll measure your sizes, you cut your wood to size.
That's the trick, everyone, by the way, putting the foam in there.
Yes.
That's what's going to keep them in there. So you don't want to throw your greenery in and it flies out with the wind.
Right.
If you put too much soil, it can sometimes be really heavy in these. So you could put a liner in if you were going to use soil, but the foam is perfect.
So
Okay, so
it's
you
actually
line your
super
wood up.
simple. Yeah, you cut your wood pieces to size.
Okay.
And I apologize in advance if I spray you with sawdust.
And I'm used to it.
It's very loud.
I've been doing this for a while. That's why I put on the
she's
sexy
ready.
glasses.
Okay, here we go.
Nice.
So a lot of these power tools sound very scary, but
Yes.
if you're being careful, there's no need to be intimidated by them,
Right.
and it's just about, you know, trying it and being not afraid to make mistakes
Right.
and doing it
Yeah.
maybe 3 or 4 times. It's okay. It's okay. It's like a thing.
Measure twice, cut once.
Well,
That's
Right.
Ideally. But so we cut all of our pieces to size like this, and then we've actually pre-drilled them. So we used what is called a countersink bit, and that is a bit that allows you to make the hole so that when you put the screw in, it's not going to be sticking out.
Right.
So it just looks like this. I'll just show you how that goes when you put it in the piece of wood. Oh, I don't want to drill your marble.
Yeah, don't do that. I mean, the odd bit of paint we can handle.
Yes.
But don't drill it.
Sorry.
Nice.
And it's just that the thicker bit goes down deeper so that your screw will be in there and it'll be hidden.
It's so,
Yes,
yeah,
you can
that's
sort of
so much
see on
tidier,
this
right?
part
If you
here
can do
if
it
I
that
lift it
way. Okay, lovely.
You want to make sure you use exterior screws as well. so
Oh,
it
good
won't
tip.
rust.
Yes. Okay, so you've put all of the pieces together. You've done your staining or your painting.
Staining or painting,
You're staining
let
or you're
it
painting.
dry.
You've prepped it the way you need to prep it. You let it dry. You take it out there. It cures.
And then Danielle had some really good points. And we're imagining, right now we're putting it on a set wall, but if you're doing it outside, you might have brick, you might have siding, you might have
Yes.
wood. So we used a French cleat system for the back with the little pieces of wood on the, if you want to grab those, Tracy, they're right there. And you see the way they stick together. So one piece goes
Yes.
onto the surface, onto the cladding, onto the wall.
Yep.
The other piece gets attached to the back of your planter box.
So it goes like that.
And then you just plank it on and it stays put.
Yeah, should we
Perfect.
put this up? So we've
Yes.
got the other side of the cleat already mounted on there.
got it.
This is the piece that gets mounted on the wall, and it is so strong because,
Yes.
you know, gravity just like works to push it down, and this is one of the best ways to install something that's going to be heavy.
Very
Yeah.
nice.
And that's often one of the biggest challenges is installing it.
Installing
Yeah.
it, absolutely.
If you want something that's going to look custom like that, you got to make it. You actually got to
you
make it
do.
custom. I think it's great. You guys should go on the road and
You
sell
do,
those.
yeah.
I would buy 5.
There we go.